This is Life with Psychic Suzanna on 1110 KFAB. Helping you find emotional, spiritual, and physical balance. What does your future hold? It's time to find out with Psychic Suzanna.
Yes, you are exactly where you need to be every Sunday night at 7:30. This is Life with Psychic Suzanna on 1110 KFAB. Yes, this is the place where you go to find answers for questions you may have in the future that you might not even have as yet. This show is centered around you and about giving you answers to the questions in life that will come up in life. We give you experts in the fields to help you see a new way of doing things, to bring you new ideas. And it's all about the area. We have such great talent in this area. We're going to be talking to someone about her talent a little bit later. Right now, we're going to be doing a couple things. We're going to be talking about the Black Water Dragon, the Year of Opportunity, with Mary Shurtleff. She's been with us before. But before we go to her, I want to remind you, you go to the KFAB.com. That's where you find all the information you ever want and anything you need. Also, please check out PsychicSusanna.com, where you get one free question. Join us on Facebook, Life with Psychic Suzanna. That's where you find out who's coming on the show. We sent out something about Mary being on, talking about the Blackwater Dragon. And then also Susanna Stickney. That'll let you know where I'm going to be in and around the area this coming week and the coming week. So join us on Facebook. Join us at Psychic Suzanna with a free question. KFAB, any information you might want to know. We've talked to Mary Shurtleff before. She was our Feng Shui expert. Welcome to the show, Mary.
Thank you, Susanna. How are you today?
I am totally blessed, young lady. I love being above the ground and doing what I love doing. Now, before we go into everything, I've seen your face on Facebook. You don't look Chinese at all. I must tell you that. And I come from my deep research with you to find out you're a Scottish girl. Is that correct?
That is the truth. My family comes from Scotland and Ireland. My mother is from Scotland and my father's from Ireland. So
wonderful. And how did we go about the way of investing into the Chinese knowledge?
I moved to Salt Lake City from, the big sky of Montana where the sun shines all the time and it's beautiful, to the city where there's just a lot more traffic, a lot of inversion, less sunlight. And I found myself getting really just fatigued, depressed, kept going to the doctors. Nobody could find anything wrong with me. And I finally was told to go to an acupuncturist. And when I went to the acupuncturist, he told me my feng shui was bad. And I thought I was dying. I didn't know what feng shui was. And so I started studying with this little Chinese master. And it just led me on into different aspects of feng shui, into the 4-pillar profiles, the prophecy part of feng shui, and the animals. And here I am today. I just love it. I love the mystery of it. And every year I learn something new about the different.
Okay. Well, now we've just started the Blackwater Dragon year. Is that correct?
It is.
Okay.
Yep.
And what did we leave? What did we leave?
We left a metal rabbit year. And the metal rabbit year, the metal element is about endings. It's about things ending, and the water is new beginning. It's like if you think about our life cycle, we're born from the womb with water. And so this is new beginnings. This is new opportunities this year. Last year was the year of the metal dragon, which when the metal is kind of the end of the life cycle where things stiffen up and all the water goes out of our body and we literally die. So the last 2 years being the metal tiger and the metal rabbit, things were winding down and things were leaving our lives that we no longer needed anymore. And unfortunately with that, things even that we didn't have a choice of, we were having to face and leave those things behind. And so this year and the next year, it's the water snake next year, are just new opportunities, new beginnings. And water also symbolizes money. The dragon symbolizes good fortune and opportunity, again, promotions. So this is a year to really kind of take that risk and step out into that dragon energy and say yes this year to a little more risky opportunity. Of course, calculated, use your own head, follow your heart. But this is the year that there's really is a lot of opportunities out there for people. And, even the economy right now, you can see it starting to move forward a little bit. So, it's a new beginning. It's a good time still.
How now we're talking the Chinese astrology. How long does it does each character last 2 years? Is that each?
Nope. Each element, there's a yin element, which is a feminine aspect of the element, and a yang aspect of the element. This year is the yang water dragon, and next year will be the yin water dragon. But the animals rotate. There's 12 animals in the chart, and they're one animal per year. But they go through a 60-year cycle. Like the last time we saw a water dragon cycle was in 1952. Okay. And in my book, I talk about the influences between 1952 and what's going on this year to watch for aspects this year.
Explain that to me a little bit.
My Chinese master told me everything has a cycle and everything has a rhythm. And so in 1952, we went back and I researched some of the information on what was going on at that period of time, and just weather-wise and things like that. And it said that in 1952, now this was in the Water Dragon as well, January 1952, snowfall hit Algeria. But the thing that I find most interesting is in March of 1952 in the lower Mississippi River Valley, tornadoes hit, leaving 208 people dead. And I find that's really, really interesting that, this March that those tornadoes have hit again. Mm-hmm. And the other thing, 100 years ago, in a water dragon year, the Titanic sunk. And this year we had that cruise ship go over on its side as well.
Wow. We're going to take a little break, and we'll be back with you, and I'm going to ask you about the 4 pillars.
Okay, perfect.
And I'm going to try to understand what the 4 pillars, and we'll be right back. We are talking to Mary Shurtleff. She has written a book called The Black Water Dragon. It is the year of opportunity. So come on back. Let's get opportunists.
Life with Psychic Suzanna on 1110 KFAB.
Yes, you are exactly where you need to be. This is Life with Psychic Suzanna on 1110 KFAB. This is the place you come every Sunday night. This is the place that will give you information that will help empower you into your future. It'll take you from the problems you have now with experts in helping you look into the future. Please join us on Facebook at Suzanna Stickney. That's where you get the daily updates on what's going on in my life. I try to leave a little bit of an inspiration every day. Things I'm working on, I want to ask you to join me on that. And then also come and take a look at Life with Psychic Suzanna. And then you get a preview of who's going to be on the show. Never forget, the show goes up on KFAB website on Wednesday, and you're going to want to hear it and listen to it a little bit more. And so you can pass the show along. Today, we've got Mary Shurtleff with us. She is the author of The Black Water Dragon, The Year of Opportunity. She tells us how she got into the Chinese direction by checking out and wanting to get healthy. What a great idea. So, Mary, tell us about the 4 pillars in the Chinese horoscope.
Okay, the Chinese horoscope is... it has the animals on it, and the belief is that Buddha thought that these animals all had characteristics and traits of people. And so then the people, as they were born, took on the traits of these animals. And each animal has an ally, and each animal has a secret friend, and each animal might clash with another one. So in these 4 pillar charts, we, number 1, look for each pillar what these animals are. We're not made up of just one animal. Like you'll go in a restaurant and you'll be the year of the whatever, rat, snake, dragon. And however, there's 4 of them. There's 4 pillars. One is based upon our emotions, and that's the time of our birth. The other one is the day pillar, or the day master, which becomes the master self. It's the one that actually guides us more so. It's the spirit part of self. And going back to the emotions, let me back up a minute. The emotions becomes, the emotional pillar is like our innermost person of who we are, that spiritual part of who we are that nobody gets to see. The day pillar is the master self, which kind of controls our energy level, our health, how we view things, how we respond to things. And then the month pillar is the month that we were born, and it actually covers more of our DNA programming, our tribal programming, how we were raised, how we respond to pressure. And then the year pillar, of course, is the year of our birth, which is how we look to other people, our personality, how we manifest things. And so we take these 4 pillars and we start comparing the animals. And the other part of the pillar has what we call stems and branches. The stems is actually one of the elements. So say, for instance, you might have a water rooster versus a wood rooster. And that's why, just because everybody's a rooster, their year might be different as it interacts. And so a water rooster this year might be compatible with the water energy. Water and water are kind of friendly. They're, they make up big bodies of water, as one water runs into another water. And then waters wood. However, water has a tendency to rust out metal, so anybody that might be a metal rooster this year might find themselves a little more exhausted. Water puts out fire, so a fire rooster might find themselves more exhausted this year or a little more brought into balance. And then earth and water can actually make the earth a little shaky. And so we look at this interaction of how, number 1, the elements fit together, and then number 2, how the animals work together, and then how compatible all of those are. And a minute ago, when I was talking about the Titanic 100 years ago, I think I said it was a water year 100 years ago. It's actually, or a water dragon. It was a water rat year 100 years ago, and rat and dragon are allies on the calendar. And in another 100 years, it'll be the water monkey. And so he is the third of the trinity of the animals. So in 100 years, don't cruise during the monkey year because it might, you might have another wreck out there. So we look at how these elements all interact with each other, how the animals interact with each other, and then we just go into the insights of also, the prophecies of the animals. Like this year is the water dragon, and the dragons, then the dragon, is about money, and whoever his friends are will, will have the most profitable year, or his secret friend. And so it all starts working together.
Okay,
in that respect.
I looked up my chart, and I went from the year I was born, and I'm a metal tiger.
Okay.
So what does that say about my year?
Okay, your year.
Yeah.
The metal tiger actually...
Because it didn't sound metal was like a loving kind of thing. I'd like to think myself loving, right, Jim?
Absolutely. I'm a boar over here. I was a year of the boar, but
are you?
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
1959.
Really?
You know what metal is? Metal is it's logic and discipline. It's more of a logic energy, a disciplined energy. It's a no nonsense energy. It's a directed energy. It's very, very directed, and people. The metal tiger is actually the most powerful of all the tigers.
Did you hear that, Jim?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
They're both physically and mentally powerful. And out of the whole zodiac, you really want to watch the metal tiger because they're quick to react. Last year we had a metal year, or a metal tiger year, or 2 years ago, 2010. And it was a metal tiger year, and that year really was hard on a lot of people because the metal tiger is very precise. It's like no nonsense. Don't sit and tell me stories. I just want to get to the facts. And, they're just very directed. This year, though, with the water dragon year, you might find yourself just slightly a little more, I don't want to say that it's going to cut your energy because we have to know exactly what percentage it is, but it might make you a little softer because water does rust metal, so it might make you tend to not be so precise, so disciplined this year. However, the other thing, though, you really need to be careful of is the tiger loves reckless behavior. They take reckless risk, and the dragon does too. And so this year, with the dragon energy and the tiger energy together, you need to really be careful that you just don't pull out in front of the train thinking you're going to make it, or you want to really, whatever risks you take this year need to be very, very calculated. Well, because it's just reckless. The dragon and the tiger together are like two 15-year-old teenage boys behind the wheel of a car.
Sounds like fun to me. I notice in this book you talk a lot about the changes we need to make to bring in the new year. One of them was getting a new rug outside your door. Yes.
What happens is feng shui is about energy. And so if you think about the doormat, literally a doormat is what we wipe our feet on. And so we're leaving all that energy on the doormat every day, 2 or 3 times a day. And so if you think about how many times you walk over it and how many times everybody else walks over it, depositing their old energy there, that's a lot of energy in a year. And so as the new year begins, you want to throw away that doormat, unless it's a door that you don't use very much.
Right.
Throw away that doormat, get a brand new doormat with brand new energy, and then ask for, and I tell people, write on the back in a marker about things that you'd like to see come in your door this year. And write that on the back of your doormat because, again, anything that you can create in your mind, you can create outside of your mind. You can create a physical reality. And so that new energy at your door allows that energy to walk into your door, and it's new energy. It leaves all of the old, dead, tired energy at the door. The doormat itself is like dirty laundry. You're depositing literally dirty laundry at your door every time you walk in. So is that what you want at your front door or your back door? So chuck it in the garbage, give it to, put it on another door that you may not have wanted to buy a doormat for because you really didn't use it, and put a brand new one there. Make sense?
This is Life with Psychic Suzanna on 1110 KFAB. This is the only place you need to be on Sunday night because we're going to bring you the answers that you're looking for, whether you're looking for or not. We are going to be taking your calls in a little bit. The number is 1-800-543-1110 or 558-1110. You please find us on Facebook. Life with Psychic Suzanna will tell you who's on the show. Suzanna Stickney for Facebook and Twitter. That's where you find out what's going on. I try to give you a little inspiration, let you know what I'm working on. If we could just make the world a better place one thought at a time, we can do it. Please check us out at psychicsusanna.com where you get a free question. And you can go to KFAB.com if you need to know anything about Omaha and the surrounding areas. That's where you go. And on Tuesday, Scott will have this on the show. So, on air. So you can go back and listen to a little bit of Mary Shurtleff as she talked about the black water dragon, the year of opportunity. Mary, tell us how we can find you and a little bit about yourself.
My website's www.maryshurtleff, that's spelled SHURTLEFF.com, and I'm a feng shui practitioner, a consulting hypnotist, as well as the Eastern astrologer, and I'm available to do speaking, classrooms, and then I also do private consultations as well. I also work by phone if anyone needs phone work as well. And
as we go along our life, what would you say that your calling is and your purpose is?
You know what? I think my purpose is to just help people enhance their life, to give people the insights and teach them how they can enhance their own life and not become so dependent upon other people, to make those changes.
And do you think we all can enhance our lives and not need to lean on other people?
Actually, I think that we all have the ability, we all have the power to make our life better. But then in that same token, we need other people. We need other people around. But if those other people don't happen to be around, then we still have our own power and our own insights to draw upon.
Okay, thank you for being with us.
Oh, thank you so much.
And we'll look forward to talking to you again, Mary.
Thank you.
This is Mary Shurtleff, the author of Blackwater Dragon, The Year of Opportunity. We will be right back, or do we have time left?
You can just do a closeout here. We have about a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
So can we read March's thought process?
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
If
the pressure's on me now.
The pressure's on you.
Thanks a lot.
KFAB.
Okay.
You go online and you can see our thought that we do. We do this on Facebook, too. This is our March thought. Take it away, Jim.
March Madness. We have heard about it. But really, seriously, do you get as confused as I do when people get mad at me? Don't they know my intention is to be the best I can be? So how can they not like me? Okay.
I don't know how they cannot like you, Jim. But go ahead, finish it.
Okay, I get it. Even if we walk on water, some people won't like us.
No.
So
no.
I have to have peace with that. The affirmation is, I'm at peace in the moment.
It's always important to stand where you're standing with the right intention and let everything else take the rest. Understand who you are. You're doing the best in the moment. And forgive yourself if everybody doesn't love you, because they just probably don't know you, darn it.
Don't understand. Don't know.
No, Jim, if they know you, they're going to love you. They really are. Now, do we go to the sounder here?
We can do that, Suzanna.
All right.
Here it goes.
This is Life with Psychic Suzanna on 1110 KFAB. We'll be right back. We have Alyssa here. Alyssa is a model. Jim sling ear to ear because she's beautiful. She has a modeling agency here in town called developmodels.com. She'll be right back. We'll be talking to her, how she plays a role in Omaha Fashion Week. This is Life with Psychic Suzanna, 1110 KFAB. Yes, you are exactly where you need to be. This is Life with Psychic Suzanna on 1110 KFAB. Please join us at Facebook on Life with Psychic Suzanna. You get the insight of who's going to be here every week. Then also join us at Suzanna Stickney on Facebook and Twitter. We send out messages, inspirations, what I'm working on every day, and all of that on Facebook, on Twitter and Facebook, Suzanna Stickney. You can also know that this show is the one that's going to guide you. If there's something that you want to talk about, we'll find out the experts in the field, and we'll find the answers for you. So please send us a message on Facebook, Suzanna Stickney, and we'll get the information out. As a matter of fact, the next 2 weeks are going to be really exciting weeks. We have a local expert here who wrote a book on the Jewish religion and the Seder activity, and we're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking to a British Dublin-born Irishman for St. Paddy's Day. That's coming up next week. We have some other things in the kiln. We'll let you know. Right now, though, I want to talk to you about Omaha Fashion Week. Actually, not really Omaha Fashion Week. Yes, I do. I do want to say this. Methodist Eastbrook Cancer Society. You know, as a woman, as a person, and I was supposed to be 6 feet tall. It didn't happen that way. I told God I wanted to look like Raquel Welch. I came out short and squatty. And on Wednesday, March 23rd, on Omaha Fashion Week, at the Kaneko Gallery, they're going to have women with cancer modeling and raising money benefiting the inner beauty, a specialty salon for cancer survivors, and it's at the Methodist Eastbrook Cancer Center. But you know what I love about this? I love that these women who have something that is scary is willing to put themselves out there and say, I am alive, which makes me beautiful. And I really want to have everybody support this group. It is going to be March 21st, Wednesday, on Kaneko Salon. So you go to Omaha Fashion Week to find out. But it's about that, believing in your inner beauty. And as we're talking about believing in our inner beauty, I thought, why not have someone who works with models here? And we have at the studio, Alyssa Diltz. Welcome to the show, Alyssa.
Thank you so much for having me here today.
Now, Alyssa, let's be honest about this, okay?
Okay, shoot.
You say you're from Omaha. Mm-hmm. And then you say you scouted for Elle magazine. Tell me what you've done professionally.
I am born and raised here in Omaha, and then for the last 8 years, though, I've lived in Chicago. And in Chicago, I worked for the legendary agency Elite Model Management. Oh. And through Elite, we needed models, obviously, for all of the magazine shoots and different things like that. And so I traveled both nationally and internationally in order to scout for those models and develop them.
Wow. And you brought this knowledge back home to Omaha.
Absolutely.
Now, this is really your back home place, correct?
Downtown roots, yes,
okay,
absolutely.
Tell me the name of the high school you went.
Omaha North High. Very proud to be a Viking.
Uh-huh. What colors?
Blue and gold.
Uh-huh. Okay. Where is your office here in town?
It's at 13th and Leavenworth, which it's right next to where Omaha Fashion Week is going to be, so the Emerging Fashion District. The
Emerging Fashion District. Now, tell me about... You know, I'm thrilled with this Cancer Society thing.
Absolutely.
I'm totally thrilled. You know, I will have people who come to me in appearance when I appear around town who don't think they're beautiful.
Oh,
and
sad.
you know, these beautiful, beautiful people, really beautiful, built like a brick house, kind of beautiful, and they think they're ugly. And skinny people think they're too fat. And so the self-image, what would you tell us, Alyssa? How do we better ourselves in the self-image?
Absolutely. That is definitely a huge problem with people that I see who are so beautiful, and especially their personalities are amazing, and you wish you could just shake them and shake that confidence into them. But I always say, you know, the best accessory out there is confidence. So what we really work on at development is trying to build that confidence. Whether they're 13 or 30, you know, we really want to make sure that they are feeling good about themselves. And having that inner beauty really portrays on the outside as well.
And having that inner beauty, and even when you're short,
absolutely
can be there.
Height doesn't mean anything.
I don't think it
Stand up
should
nice
either.
and tall, sit up nice and tall, and you just throw those shoulders back. And you.
So when you have a 25-week course, is that correct?
Yep, absolutely. That's for our teens. We also work with, though, adults and children, too. But the teens is what I really focus on because I like to make a difference in young girls' lives, as well as guys.
Marvelous, marvelous. And so once they graduate from now, I love the fact that you're an Omaha girl, okay, and you moved to Chicago.
Yep.
8 years, but said, you know, the Windy City, not as exciting as we thought.
Absolutely.
Let me bring my talents to Omaha. You have placed people in what companies? Tell me about it.
Oh, definitely all over the world, but mostly in New York. I have quite a few girls with DNA Model Management, Women Model Management, Elite, Ford, Wilhelmina, all of the above, and then also in Paris, Milan, London, with all of the top agencies. Because I had the opportunity to work at Elite, they are all the A-list agencies in the industry, and they're on my speed dial, so I can make that happen for any Omahan.
So how do you know if you're a candidate to be a model? Is there like a candidate, like, you know?
Certainly. We had auditions yesterday, and we're going to continue to have auditions. But really, the school is for both models or people with the potential to be a model, but then all girls or any guy as well that are interested in the fashion industry. The school isn't just about modeling. It's about, you know, maybe they want to become a stylist or a fashion photographer. So we go over all of those things as well. And then at the end of it, we decide, you know, whether or not they have the potential. And that's really, you know, the industry standard of what companies are looking for, and then I would submit them to those agencies as well.
Marvelous. I think just knowing how to carry yourself in life and the image you project is so vitally important, isn't it?
Absolutely. If you feel good, you can do anything,
So, I would have loved to have been a ballet. I would have, but you see their posture. I mean, sweet Jesus, it just impresses the heck out of me. So, what we're saying is that actually modeling classes could help you just in your self-esteem if you don't believe in yourself. That would encourage you to find the beauty within.
Absolutely. I mean, you can take those skills that'll carry across your whole lifetime. Learning how to sit up straight, not only that, but then also about your personality. What makes you tick? How do you feel good about yourself? Respecting others so that you respect yourself as well. And that, again, carries out throughout the rest of your life.
Now, have you ever modeled?
I did for a very brief time here in Omaha. I was Barbie. I got to dress up as Barbie and do Barbie signings at different openings of Walmarts around.
You're kidding me.
No, I did. I even have pictures of it. I have the Barbie sash and the Barbie dress. And
the
all
Barbie sash?
Yes.
Was there a Ken running around?
I wish at that time.
Yeah, they're just a lot more work, the Barbie sash and everything. Yeah. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, what are you doing with the Fashion Week exactly?
Omaha Fashion Week asked me to come out and really work with their girls before the week started. So I have the privilege of getting there to kind of share with them what is maybe in the fashion world outside of Omaha, because Omaha Fashion Week is really focused on that. I really respect what they're doing. They're not just trying to be, a small town production. It is major, and I'm really glad to be a part of it so that I can then bring that for the models as well.
Marvelous. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you so very much. This was amazing.
We'll look forward to seeing you again.
Absolutely, definitely.
God bless. This is Life with Psychic Suzanna. We're coming back with your calls right now. Stay on the line, Stephen. We're coming to you. And you can get on the lines now by calling 1-800-543-1110 or 558-1110. Jim, I know the numbers by heart.
You're doing good. Really good.
This is the place to be, darn it.
You bet.
All right.
We're just going to vogue out a little now.
Yeah. Your posture is not the best. She didn't mention it, but I wanted to be the one to send Jim.
I'm going to work on that.
All right. A string, right? A string from the middle of your head?
Middle of the head. Sit up nice and tall.
Sit up nice and tall, sweetie.
Shoulders back.
We'll be right back. This is Life with Psychic Suzanna, 1110 KFIB. Give us a call. 1-800. Oh, listen. What is playing in the background? I love it. You are such a good guy.
Oh, man, I was just waiting for this.
You are so on top
of
it.
So my posture's better now.
Yes,
Thank
you're
you.
so on top of this. This is Vogue, of course, by Madonna. By the way, did you hear what Lady Gaga's doing?
No.
Marvelous about the bully effort. She's working with the University of Nebraska.
Really?
In a national cause because she was bullied as a child. Isn't that wonderful? When you get powerful to help others. Wow! All right, Life with Psychic Suzanna. Stay tuned. Give us a call. 1-800-543-1110, 558-1110. We'll be right back with your calls.
This is Life with Psychic Suzanna on 1110 KFAB.
Life with Psychic Suzanna is right here, right now, the only place you need to be. This is the show that takes you into the future with knowledge that is going to help you. We get great authors in. We get things. We actually have an animal rescuer coming in who rescues big animals on the 25th. We have Eldon. He wrote a book called I Believe. It's going to tell us how our thoughts affect our life. He's on the 18th, and Mary Rip next week. This is Life with Psychic Suzanna, 1110 KFAB. Find us at psychicsusanna.com where you get a free question, or you can go to KFAB.com and you can find all the information you need, weather, sports, everything, what's going on politically and But I got to tell you, I hope you keep your station tuned to KFAB.